Thank you for being here. And Toini Harra is principal lecturer at Metropolia University of Applied Science in Helsinki. So you're a colleague of Minna. And we have the chance to speak before this event because you're carrying on many activities, especially in apply innovation for aging population. Also because the aging population is one big issue in Italy, in Europe, in all the world, but at least in Europe. And the fact is, carry on activity to guarantee better life for people in the third, fourth age, but also to allow to prevention, for example, and how to also help the national healthcare system in maybe spend less and better for them. Also because all the technologies that are now available, but not only the technologies are can enable this kind of support. Mm-hmm. And also when we talked last time, we were really, we agree about the fact that the approach to this has to be changed because we think usually about many things on the people or monitoring in some ways, and we agree that it will be in future more and more the environment taking care of us. Mm. So I would like you to start with your presentation. Now okay. We check since we don't want to. Don't want to maybe to interrupt you. Let's check the presentation before you start. So if you can share the.
Let's see if you can see it.
And you have to go to presentation.
Are you able to see it?
Oh, perfect. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to invite me here. So I'm happy to have this presentation concerning innovation for an aging population and how we have shared all our experiences in TUTTUNet platform. As you said, this is really challenging for us that working age ratio to old age people will almost double in next 40 years. But somehow we can also think that, well, is it really challenge that people are aging, or is it more challenging that we don't have enough people in working age? So this is something we are talking about now in our remote projects. The other thing is that in Finland, about 35% of plus 65 Finnish people are living alone. So they don't have couples, they don't have families around them. So they need more assistance from public side or other side if they need this assistance. In Finland, we are quite digitalized. So there we are quite skilled and we are using digital technology quite a lot. In same time, there are, for example, 190,000 home care users. And most of them, they are not able to use these digital solutions. And this is why we are developing these kind of solutions that you don't need to do anything, but your environment is adapting to your life and it's helping you and aging people to live promotive and promotive way, so that it's somehow a preventive environment what we need in future. And here are three different pictures of aging people. Very often when we are talking about aging people, we think them as the one big group, but it isn't. And I'm sure that you all know this, that there are different kind of faces. And at least we can find three different faces. After retirement, when you have suddenly 8 hours per day more time, what do you do with this time? Do you use it for your own well-being, or do you do voluntary work or help your younger families, your daughter's daughter, or something else? Do you travel a lot around the world, or what kind of things you are doing? What is important is in that phase, if we think about this digitalization and digital solutions, is that we start to use them early enough so that when our memory skills are good and we are able to learn new things, this is the time when we should start to use these solutions. And I would say this is the final time to start it. Of course, we are quite used to use them, but also this kind of preventive digital solutions might be good to start in this phase. Before we get us to this preparative phase, when we are feeling that, well, my body is not functioning as it has been, and I can find that I don't remember so much. I have difficulties to learn new things. So we start to think, am I able to live in this house, this flat, later on when my skills will be more worse, or what can I do? Do I need more help? Can I use new kind of solutions? So what kind of living conditions are needed? And the last phase is when we are dependent on others' help. This is the last phase, but very often when we talk about aging people, we see aging people in this phase, but this is the last one. And this is the phase when we are not so able to learn new things, and we can't go out, we can't participate community life so much as we have done before. So by using digital solutions, we can bring life and world into house. And I think that then the special issue for this digitalization is to make a life meaningful when you can't go and make yourself and make yourself to live a wonderful life. In our heart is aging people. In this HIPPA remote project that we are conducting now, we are helping companies to develop digital solutions for aging people. And this is, I think, not so usual around the world, that education, higher education is helping business. But we think that when we can help business to understand better the life of aging people, when we can help them to understand the needs and expectations and preferences of aging people, we can help business to build up and develop solutions that are needed and that which are easy to get in use. And here you can see some values that are important for us. We want to enable aging people to live, to feel them equal with other people, and to have this justice and parity and involvement, so that through digitalization we can help aging people to live a good life by themselves and to live life that is looking like their own life. So there are some values as well that we think that these digital solutions need to meet, as user-friendly, accessibility, health secure, and they should be also resource-wise. So horizontal principles of EU is helping us with these, and also these sustainable goals coming from UN. And this is the TUTTUNet, where we have published all our resources from previous HIPAA projects that we have carried on. And also we are going to publish new resources that we are preparing now in this new project. So you can find them there, support for user-driven development. You can find them what kind of services we have in Finland. You can find business partners that we have had so far. Not all are mentioned there, but some of them, and also a lot of information and insights. And this is conducted also in English, so it's easier to get for your use. You can this is open access, so you can just go there. You can take whatever you need and want. This is what we are doing now. So user involvement is the main issue that we are carrying on. We have these co-creation sessions together with business, but we invite to these co-creation sessions also end users, such as aging people and staff members, relatives of aging people, and volunteers and other students, and our multidisciplinary team. We have real estate and construction engineers. We have ICT engineers, media technique, service designers, occupational therapists, gerontologists, and physiotherapists. So it's really our basic group. Our team is multi-professional, and so we invite students to come in there, and also students can facilitate these co-creation sessions together with us. And we are doing these tests and user trials together in both in our facilities in Metropolia and also in authentic environments of users. And we have sparring processes to business and business partners. So these three we are developing now so that we can use them remotely as well. So we are modeling these services for business, and these will be, as I said, they will be published in TUTTUNet platform. But also we are doing this HIPAA search, which is based on real life stories of aging people, and you can search from there different kind of stories. We want to show how much varieties there is in aging people's life. And also we are doing this virtual co-creation and virtual environments for testing and user trials. Here is some data. So these transdisciplinary co-creation process model and tools are based on at least 25 co-creation systems. How we have modeled these tests and user trials, they are based on 24 different trials and sparring and training processes, models and tools. There we have 28 different processes. We have done go-to-market reports, and there is made these videos for marketing purposes for our business partners, and we have done these workshop series as well. And on this red side, you can find some more statistics concerning our activities, what we have done before. And here is one example about our processes, co-creation, testing, and user trial process. I want to be more concrete here. So this, for example, co-creation, we have had this kind of hublet solution, which is meant as a common use tablet. It's used in libraries and hospitals, but now they are interested in to bring it to service housing. And we have had with them this kind of co-creation session in which we developed the user trial process that we made in service housing house in Myllypuro. Also, it is important that it's research based and that ethical permissions are done. So we have tools for that, so that there are non-disclosure agreement, consent form, company collaboration agreement is needed to done. And we do together, we develop together this development plan, so that there can be also authentic environment involved in that, and also, of course, business partner and our team. And we have these briefing notes and co-create about, for example, co-creation, and briefing notes for testing and so. There you can find these tools. There are much more in this TUTTUNet. You can find them there, and you can just download them, and you can make changes to there. So it's really made for use. After these applications for ethical issues and research issues, if it's needed, we invite participants, and they can be expert students. Of course, we have also every time there will be coordinator, development team, and testing environment representatives. And if we have, for example, this user trial done in service house, they can, of course, invite users and family members, volunteers, whatever they can. It's planned to have in this trial. And when we start to prepare the environment for the user trial, for example, it's mainly coordinator, entrepreneur, and testing environment representatives who will do that, so that it will fit to the environment. And then we need to have this guidance and training for implementation. And there we have also user family members and students involved. And these users, for example, are needed if they are, for example, collecting data, and if they are analyzing data and so on. So, and if they are helping, if they will be the contact person for the authentic environment and our entrepreneur and our team. So this is very important to have this contact during the implementation. And then, of course, we need to have this dismantling and then this reporting phase also. And we have one who is responsible for the report, and then we ask, of course, other partners that they are happy with the report as well. And here you can see some business partners that we have had so far. And with these red frames, there are business partners that are involved now in our project. So there is multiple different kind of solutions that they want to develop together with higher education. And this is our network. We are not doing this alone. So this is what we have involved in Metropolia, for example, what kind of disciplines. And end users are really, really important in our activities, what we are doing. So we have NGOs, we have service housing centers, and we have private aging citizens who are interested in to collaborate with us. And they are, of course, volunteers and relatives also. And then we have this networking network with other higher education institution in Finland and other projects, program, and research institutes. And these international partners. I think that this is something very important we need to think about if we want to help aging people and help service house, public sector and private sector to take care of aging people. We need to collaborate together. Together we can make it. So please use TUTTUNet.fi. It's made for you. Take a peek and use.
Thank you very much, Toini. And I think that the TUTTUNet experience is really more than interesting and also unique. And in your opinion, also because I saw there are many international partners, I hope that we can start doing something. So also Italy will be there in some ways. And also because the aging issue is something that we are addressing since 2-3 years and try to understand what's going on, really not only helping people, but also to build up what can be needed to bring this kind of things to the healthcare system, but not only. But in your opinion, do you think that in the EU we are doing enough for this, or we are not really in some ways we are under evaluating the impact of this issue about aging population? What do you think about?
Yeah, I think so too. We need more research on this area, absolutely. But I think that it's not so easy to evaluate the impact of these technical solutions.
Oh, yes, because it is a virtuous circle in some ways, because, for example, sustaining the cost, not only of health, but also the cost of pension and retirement. And so it is all the society is impacted by this issue, and it is about also try to understand how not to create a gap and also some struggle between generation.
Okay, yes, there are, and there are so many factors that are involved somehow. So we need to take all these into consideration. We need to find them and then find the way how to evaluate, how to collect data, what kind of data we need, and how we can collect it. But we are very eager to find it. So this is our next step that we are now preparing ourselves, so that it's more like research-based, these trials, so that we can really show to others other people and organizations and purchases, so that they understand that this is really important, needed and helpful, and we can lay down these or not lay down, but low costs of the care.